I'm getting not good at this.
Good evening, everybody. We got everybody shared, I think, before the show started. We're here for fun. We're probably going to bicker a little bit because there's some politics stuff going on. And
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Right.
I mean, it's been a week of politics. What can I say? Let's make some money first. The team at South State Bank is a group of bankers you can count on. Their approach to building long-term relationships with their customers is the best in the business. If you are looking for a banking relationship you can depend on, check out South State Bank. They've got 3 locations to serve you in St. Augustine, State Road 312, State Road 16, or the beach. You can also visit them online at southstatebank.com. They are a member FDIC. Now, opening their doors in 2008, Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, has proudly stood by their customers through hurricanes, major floods, hail, and fires. Through these events, the agency has become a much-needed insurance resource in times of trouble and hardship. Honesty and integrity are the pillars of our core values, says owner Ashley Casey. They pride themselves on being insurance experts while developing strategies that help their clients meet their insurance needs. They truly enjoy the relationships that they have forged with you, St. Augustine. Everyone at Brightway Insurance, the Casey agency, is waiting to help you out for all your insurance needs. Another crew that's willing to help, Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford has also won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out online today at bozardford.com or head on down to Bozard Ford and have dinner at Ford's Garage. The Jiffy Burger is delicious. Troy gets it stuck in his beard. What can I say?
Yeah.
Land Title of America. Whether you realize it or not, when you finance a sale or purchase of a home, there is a title company involved. Don't get stuck with some out-of-town title company who doesn't give a crap when you're faced with challenges. Stay local and choose Land Title of America. Just call or text Stephen Collins at 904-501-4481. He specializes in all types of real estate transactions. Land Title, your local title company, insuring America's land one title at a time because
they give a crap.
I got everybody to join it. All right, we got the Bollocks boys in studio today because Mike is out of town.
Slacker.
His daughter is in California.
Slacker.
He's visiting his daughter.
He went to Liberal Land?
He went to Liberal Land. It's a very dangerous time for that.
I didn't know they
Lenny?
I'm fine. My sister refuses to come to Florida for that same reason. So, you know.
I didn't know they let Mike in.
I mean, I think he's going in like Matt Walsh into the DNC in disguise.
Or Mike Lindell shaving off his mustache.
Did Mike Lindell sneak in?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't see
Did he bring
that.
pillows to give away?
No.
He went for the concert.
Right.
Like most
no,
people.
hold on. He actually went to Chicago because apparently Chicago is the best state for crack.
Oh.
He's been sober for a very long time. That's what they say. That's what I hear. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't check. I don't blood test.
Well, the DNC definitely has had better music than the Republican conference. So
yeah.
that's
All right.
about the only thing it's got going for it.
That's usually what they do well is have really cool celebrities show up.
Yeah, but actually the big story is someone with initials T and S might be appearing tonight.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Who are you, Davey's favorite artist?
No, really?
We'll see.
I know.
mean, she just
Travis
wrapped up
might be
Europe.
coming.
Yeah. He
come
liked Donald Trump tweet recently. Someone meeting Donald Trump and he liked it, and that made headlines. Like,
Did he have to sleep on the couch?
I don't know.
Does it
I'm sorry
I don't care what celebrities think about politicians.
if I'm in her camp, I would be like, just stay out of it. Just like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan said it best. You know, Democrats and Republicans both buy shoes.
Yeah.
Guess
Right.
what? Democrats and Republicans both buy her songs.
Her concert tickets and her albums.
Yeah, so just stay out of it.
Well, the boyfriend she had before Travis Kelce, Maddie, someone, I don't know. Went out that she was with this dude, and then like he got canceled because of course like 10-year-old conversations resurfaced and, oh my word, he's a misogynist. I was like, okay, well, that relationship's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, that's just it, because her audience would not be okay with her being with someone who's a misogynist. And so, yeah, that relationship ended real fast.
Mm.
And then she was with Travis before we know it.
Mm.
You're so interested.
Yeah.
You're so excited about this conversation.
So weird, Blake. What are you doing?
You brought
Whoa.
her up.
What do I do? What?
You're just staring like,
He loves me.
yeah.
It's the red lipstick.
It's
what
what it is. Mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing. It's mesmerizing.
The turquoise necklace.
Athletes, I mean, when you have endorsement deals and you have some of these things,
Yeah.
you need to focus on what's making money for your family. And your business is not politics.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand, you know, when you're making a stance like a Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or some of those type of things.
Ahmad
if
Rashad.
yeah. But if it's just straight politics, stay out of it.
Hey, I never put any of my political signs when I was running for office, you know, in my restaurant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, everybody knew, but I didn't. And you know, there's a corollary to that at a charity brunch that I donated a bunch of gift certificates to somebody who was a vacillator. He went to whichever side would give
What'd
him a
you
job.
call him?
A vacillator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know,
Not Vaseline.
Oh, is that different?
Vacillator.
right. It's part of a car.
Yeah.
Right. It's right where the Valvoline goes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the part of my car that's broken all the time.
The next to the
But-
flex capacitor.
Right.
Got
But
it.
he wins this gift certificate, shows up at the restaurant, sits himself in a corner, and I see him. I go over and say, "Hey, Joe, how are you?" He said, "I'm an asshole." I said, "Joe, I could have told you that anytime
Yeah,
you
we-
asked." But you know, he said, "Well, you know, I never came to the restaurant because, you know, we were on different sides politically, but boy, did I, you know, shoot myself in the foot because this is great food. I can't believe it. I'm coming back." I said, "Well, see, now you learn."
Yeah. No, see, and I'm not a cancel person.
Right.
Yeah.
There's things that you have to be able to separate, you know.
Yeah.
There's respect and there's political differences, and then there's, you know, live your life.
Yeah.
That's what was so great about this country, is that people respected that we didn't all have the same opinion, and we could still do business. We could still sit in the pew next to each other. And that's what's so terrible about cancel culture, is that the thing is, the cancel culture assumes that all people are universally good unless they're universally evil. And there's no path to redemption between the two.
Right.
And no human is perfect. So everyone's going to say something
What?
that's counselable at some point, right? I mean, that's such a dumb thing to have to say
Yeah,
these days.
absolutely.
But cancel culture demands that you be perfect or you be punished. And what I don't understand is people that apologize to the mob when they're trying to be canceled. Like, never apologize.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Right.
They don't
It's not gonna
think
stop.
they don't think you can be
Right.
redeemed.
Right.
You're canceled one way or the other, so you might as well be like, well, if that's who you think I am, then pound sand.
I mean, I'll give you an example, and a lot of people out there, like, I disagree with 99% of the things that come out of Tom Cruise's mouth. But if he has a good movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I don't like Tom, I don't know if anyone's heard this before, but I don't like Tom Cruise.
I can't stand Tom Cruise, and I still haven't seen Tom
How?
Cruise.
Yeah,
You know,
it was necessary for him to fly down from the roof of the stadium in Paris to pick
Yeah.
up the Olympic flag to bring it to Los Angeles.
That was such a self-aggrandizing moment.
Yeah. See, you know what? I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
And now it makes me dislike him more. But I mean, once they did like Jack Reacher, him as
Well,
Jack
yeah.
Reacher, I was like, why don't you just assign Danny DeVito to that? I mean,
I would
on.
watch that one.
come on. I
A
mean,
lot of punching in the knees going on with that
Yeah.
one, right?
come on, man.
They never see it coming.
Right. Exactly. Give kneecapping a whole new term.
Right. That's yeah. I saw Tom Cruise in the stands at various clips, because I didn't watch much of the Olympics. I watched clips and anything that like went viral, and a couple of the Who Spotted Where things. And so
Right.
I knew he was there, and I thought that was strange. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, rich guy's gonna rich guy, okay.
Yeah.
But then he jumps off for no reason,
Right.
like a complete non sequitur. We're just gonna have Mission Impossible guy jump off of the auditorium with the flat. Okay,
I mean,
And he got to Los Angeles on that motorcycle really quickly, as a matter of fact. Holy Holy cow! How he floated across the ocean is beyond me.
It's that Scientology.
I'm telling you, just right.
Space travel.
Well, L. Ron Hubbard did write science fiction, so
That is
I'll
true.
buy that.
I'll give him credit for doing his own stunts. I mean, I do
yeah.
have an
Oh, yeah.
appreciation for that. And I mean, he's
He
done.
jumped out of a freaking airplane.
Yeah,
What-
and,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give
Perfectly
him
good
credit. I'll give him
airplane.
credit for that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I have to like him. I
No.
mean, no,
Right.
no. So I mean, I don't know the last Tom Cruise movie. I watched, what is it, Maverick, the most recent one.
Mhm.
Top Gun
Yeah.
Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maverick. And I
Okay.
thought it was. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's even better than the first." No, it wasn't better than the first
Yeah.
one. It was good, but it wasn't better than the first one.
All I can hear is yogurt from Spaceballs. With all of these and Beetlejuice, I probably will see the second
I
Beetlejuice
will.
that's going to come out.
Don't say it again.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
And that's
Right,
the
I'm
thing.
glad
A
you stopped.
reporter asked, "Are you on tap for?" And she said it 3 times, and he was like, "Oh, don't do that. He's gonna come in here. He's gonna mess you up." It's
Well,
like,
it's Michael Keaton. It's Michael Keaton.
it's Michael
Oh,
Keaton.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I'm
It's
good with
Michael
that.
yeah.
Keaton and it's Winona Ryder. And the chick that plays
Jenna Ortega.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega is going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
in it as well. I don't know if they got, what's her name, Maura Kelly or what? I don't know her
no,
name.
it was, and yes, they did, I believe.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. So that at least they did that where they brought back the originals.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm guessing Alec Baldwin was a little tied up and couldn't come back. I don't know about Gina Davis. I haven't heard anything about that, but I like it that they brought back some of the
Right.
original cast. We'll see if it's okay. I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
probably see that one.
No, I'm
Yeah.
probably going to see that one. I like the Beetlejuice thing.
Hey,
That was the
Oh.
reason I said the F word for the first time, and I didn't know what it was.
Ooh.
Fornication
And so
under
I
Consider
would-
the King.
We saw it in the theater, and I was like 4 years old.
Oh,
I don't know why my parents thought that was okay, but we did. And so then my brother and I, this is why I know movie lines, my brother and I would redo the scenes that we thought were funny. And when he says the F word, he grabs his crotch and it's a dog toy sound, honk, honk, right? And so we thought that was funny. And so we reenacted that scene and my parents played it so cool. And they were just like, we don't say that. And so I didn't even know it was a cuss word. And it just totally blue screen from my brain until I was older. And then I was like, wait a second, that's what I said. I didn't get in trouble because I didn't know, but yeah.
that's pretty funny.
Mhm.
Beetlejuice holds a special place in my heart.
Exactly. Hey, Tuesday at Epic, $6 movies.
Yahoo.
Yep. So, no, but I mean, if you like Hobby Lobby or some of these people out there that just,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, and they just go, oh, okay, I'm, that whole
Yeah.
woke, I'm going to cancel and do those things. That's just not, I mean, you give me bad service. All right.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
on the list.
Yeah.
You're on the list, but that's not being woke. That's
Yeah.
just no, you,
Right. That's
you,
being practical.
You created that.
Right.
But because someone else tells me, oh, you shouldn't go there.
Yeah.
Then you know what that makes me do? I'm like, I'm going.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hat because I'm going.
Although
So-
I did write Tom Cruise off because the Scientology thing is super creepy and wildly abusive. And so it's like, no, okay, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm done with Tom Cruise. And I was done with Sean Penn when he went to Venezuela. But other than that, those are, and I don't force everyone that I know to not go. I don't care
Yeah.
if you want to go, cool. I don't care.
But
I just don't want to pay him.
yeah, but I mean,
Right.
even with the Sean Penn, okay, that's his choice. He can go there, or with Dennis Rodman going to North Korea, or going all the way back to, our time is Jane Fonda.
Jane
Mhm.
Fonda.
A lot of
yeah.
people,
Hanoi
a
Jane.
lot of people
Sure.
just still will never forgive her, and I understand.
There are protests still
I-
whenever she has a movie release.
I understand,
Yeah, but it hasn't
That-
slowed her down.
but I mean, you were fighting for her to be able to do that.
Correct.
And that's that was my thought process. And that, you guys know I love the veterans and stuff like that, but that was part of what they're fighting for. So, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong or what I'm doing wrong,
What
but
was it for? And when I was at school, I produced a lecture by she and Tom Hayden were still together at the time.
okay.
And they did a lecture at Cornell that I produced. So it was interesting to hear them speak.
Yeah.
It was fascinating even then because she was dramatically younger than she is now,
Mhm.
which is
No
funny.
way.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Funny how that works. 45
but her
years
face
later.
looks the same,
But were
just
you-
more
but
mobile.
were you?
But her hands,
Yeah.
very veiny.
Okay.
Okay.
In a literal veins in your hand, not in a. Oh, I'm so
that a bad
taken.
thing?
I'm taken with myself.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
a bad thing?
I mean, she had very skinny hands with very, very prominent veins.
Yeah.
My hands are
And so
pretty
the
veiny.
things that you remember and take away from
I'm going to be self-conscious about my hands.
If you're a hand reader, let us know what that means.
Right, exactly.
But don't you read this side?
It wasn't the palm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I got a lot of breakups in this side.
But it was an interesting
broken
lecture.
lines.
Yeah, a lot of broken lines over here.
Yeah.
Whoops. Blake, what do you think? Are you a woke person? Because your generation seems to be a little more on the woke side.
I definitely don't like the concept of like so not counterculture, like cancel culture. I'm obviously not but I will say I am definitely kind of like more like reactionary than three of you. I immediately form like an instant opinion like directly without like reading the facts first. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm so mad about this, and I realized, oh crap, I realized I made a huge mistake.
Well, we're becoming a headline culture where people don't read the text of an article.
Yeah.
They read the headline, react to that, and then move on.
Well, I've always done that, but I mean,
You wear that as a badge of honor.
are you?
There's
Are you? You're a boomer, right?
Yeah, I'm
Because
old.
I'm an Xer,
Right.
so you're a
I'm a millennial.
and you're a zillennial.
Yes.
Okay.
And I need a scorecard to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
Don't.
I have
There's a
no
chart.
clue who's where.
There's a
There's a
chart.
chart,
There's
yeah.
a chart.
Yeah.
You know. So
we sat in order.
yeah, that's exactly it. We did
Thank goodness for
funny.
that.
the count up or the count down. Either way.
I'm getting name tags for next week.
Yeah.
Should we wear hats?
Well,
Like era specific hats.
Exactly.
Mike is a Gen Xer too.
Yeah.
Because he's older than me right now.
But
He had his
he's
birthday.
just barely. So I just barely straddled the line into millennial. Like I'm just barely out of Gen X and into millennial. And
you're
so they call
81?
me an elder. Yeah, I'm
You're
81.
an 81.
They call me an
Yeah,
elder
right.
millennial.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I'll do something and Clay will roll his eyes and be like, "Ugh, elder millennial." It's
Yeah.
like that's the okay boomer for my generation.
yeah.
So I get a lot of your references. So I was when we did the era trivia that one day, like I knew a lot of his answers. I think I knew more of his answers than
Yeah.
he knew of mine.
Yeah.
But I'm just an older
Yeah.
millennial.
Well, him and I are both older Xers.
Yeah.
So, because X came in 65, he was born in 66, I was born in 67.
Yeah.
So, and it ended in 80. So you just squeaked
I
out
just
of the
barely.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I grew up
Did you have to
surrounded
drink
by
out of the hose?
teenagers. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I
all
drink
right.
out of the hose. I can
yeah.
dial a rotary phone. We had a rotary phone.
Did you have a street light rule?
Yep. Had a street light rule.
Yeah.
And
Like,
also
you know what a street light rule is?
No, I do not.
That means you had to be home when the street lights started coming on, and they usually
Yeah.
made a little flicker sound,
Yeah.
and all of us would just take off all at the same time. But fortunately, the street I grew up on, Kendra, most of the people played close to my house, so I rarely got in trouble for the street light rule.
Yeah, and we had like the big green electrical boxes. They still have them today. They're everywhere. But we had a rule of how many down we could go in each direction.
Yeah.
So like we had to stay within a certain area.
And
But
then
that was a
it
whole
was a
different-
sewer rule for us. Like,
Yeah.
you can't go past that sewer, and you can't go past. Was it a sewer rule for you too, Lenny? Did you have a sewer rule or?
No, just, when it got dark, come home. I laughed because I had a good friend growing up who wasn't allowed to cross the main street, so he was trapped on his side, where we had free reign. We had trust and a bicycle. So,
Okay.
yeah, didn't matter. We were always playing ball in somebody's yard until Tim Davies broke his leg,
Yeah.
or we helped him break his leg anyway.
Well,
It wasn't intentional.
did you take him home or did you say just go?
No. We watched him hobble.
Okay. That's kind of the way it needs to be.
He's tougher than he thought. He made it.
Yeah. So no, I mean, like we would ride our bikes to areas that were so far away, and I would have killed Blake in these scenarios. So
Yeah, and also my first bike had the metal foot pieces. So if you get really going and it would get ahead of you and bang you in the shins, you come home with a bloody shin. Your
Yeah.
mom's like, "What is happening?"
well, my parents thought they were doing me a favor and bought me a 10-speed
Ooh.
when everyone else had a dirt bike.
With those little
With the
skinny
little,
tires?
yeah, and it was
Oh,
so
those are not good.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was humiliating. So I ended up riding on my buddy's handlebars that didn't have brakes. So I stopped the bike by putting my Converse on the tire, and I'd have to rotate because it would wear out my Converse, my Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
But that's how we stopped. I put my, when we needed to stop, I put my
Oh,
foot
yeah, you
on
drop
the-
your
on the-
foot.
on the front tire.
Yeah.
So that
On the
was the
front
brakes.
tire?
Yeah, that
All
was the
right.
brakes.
Because we would drop it on the side and we'd skid to the side.
Oh yeah. Well,
They did that in the movies.
that was
That's what they did in the Goonies.
that would have been fine, except I was on the handlebars at the time.
No.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a sling factor that comes, which did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got thrown off the bike more than probably. That's probably why I have the problems I have today.
That's why you wear the hat.
Yeah, all the knots on my head.
So I heard you had Dylan Rumrell on the morning show. I had a
he
Zoom
called-
tutor session, so I couldn't watch.
Yeah, he
So
called
Dylan
in.
came in.
He called in.
Okay. And so he called in, and the Anastasia Park situation.
Yeah, it's so strange how everybody's denying it from the state, and I texted Dylan actually talked to some a state senator and a state representative. I texted him, and they're both like, "No, this isn't going to happen. We just found out about it the same." Like no one knew, even
Somebody
the
had to
people,
put it up there.
even the people working at the state park. When I called the amphitheater because I mean it's attached to the amphitheater, so
Yeah.
this is going to affect their business more than any other business. So I called and was talking to Gabe, and he's like, "I had no idea. He found out the same time you did." He goes, and I said, "Well, what about them?" He's like, "They found out the same time everyone else did
Who
too."
put that sign up then?
I have
I
no
wanna
idea.
know.
I have no
This
idea.
is just like an elaborate prank to
No,
make
it-
everyone
but
happy.
There's six other parks across the state, apparently.
Yeah, I think there's
seven parks.
I think it's a total of 9.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think there's 8 other
Dude.
parks that
That all got the same sign?
they're basically
Different variations. on
different
the theme.
variations of the breakdown. But I mean, there's a lot of money in design of those. I mean, that's not.
BlackRock, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, it's not cheap to do.
No, I
And
mean,
then-
those
and
are
then
well-made signs.
Even what I heard from our legislation is the governor didn't know, and that falls under the governor. What is it? Florida Department of Environmental Protection.
Yeah.
FDEP falls under him directly.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, somebody's losing a job.
dude.
Somebody's losing a job over this. I mean, and 350. I mean, our largest hotel.
So are we okay with this person getting canceled?
He's not getting canceled. He's getting outright
Oh,
fired.
you
He's
get
going
fired
somewhere else,
Yeah, you're unemployed. I mean,
Yes.
this is a huge government faux pas,
Yeah.
and and it's just wild to me that no one knew. And I got friends who was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "I didn't know."
I'm curious if the reaction in the other areas, in the other state parks, is as vehement as it is here. That people are that angry, because this was a pretty specific thing, and it's in the marine maritime hammock. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if the other parks, and then I think slippery slope, because once you hear a 350 room lodge in Anastasia State Park, how long before somebody says, well, now we need to make the amphitheater bigger to accommodate more people?
Yeah.
And that becomes a slippery slope of, luxury boxes and bigger covers and adding to the amphitheater.
Gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and
Which doesn't need to be. Leave it alone. It's fabulous.
It's wonderful. But you can always make improvements. But I mean, I know exactly what you're saying. But the only way to defend against, and we were talking about this on election night, the only way to defend against developers is through preservation. And then when you go and do something like this,
Yeah.
it's like all defense is gone.
Yeah.
All defense is gone if you go and do
Yeah.
and say we're going to put this in a PUD and take it out. I mean, that's a big hotel. And the other thing that really ticked me off is the hotel developer is out of South Carolina.
Dude.
The nerve.
All right. I mean, no. I mean, just if you're using state money.
They already have somebody who is
Yep.
back in the lodge, in theory?
Well, in theory, at least helping with the design of it. So it's a group out of Hilton Head.
That dude's a gamecock.
Yeah. What a cock.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. So I mean, but everyone was just like, I didn't know. I mean, so I don't know
Sounds
who's
like
telling the
asking
truth.
my kids who stained the carpet.
Yeah.
They
They point to the dog.
Right,
Yeah.
Exactly. It was them.
It's somebody else, not me.
It's finger paints. They're pointing to the dog.
Yeah, right.
Paw
With
prints?
human fingerprints,
Yeah.
right? And
So
that's
no, it's just really wild
Yeah.
how
so.
it-
Melissa says, "I thought state parks were protected. Like, how can that?"
well, in theory they are, but anything can be turned into a PUD, and a PUD kind of eliminates a lot of those things. But I mean, going through that process, hopefully, the other weird thing is going through that process is always a challenge for a developer. But if you got the government working on your side to do
Yeah.
it changes all those, takes away all those hurdles. Like a developer wouldn't just go in there and say, okay, I want to do this here. Of course, it's on their land, So, I mean, I don't know how that land lease is going to work. 350 rooms. Our largest hotel has 120. That's a
big.
lot of room.
Listen,
That's
you
a
need-
big place.
And you need parking, and
Well,
so
that
there's going to
that
be
means-
more development
You have to do
outside of the building
offsets,
itself.
That means you have to have a room, a parking place per room, plus for the extra square footage.
And staff.
Yeah, and staff, and so you're looking at over 400 parking places. Amphitheater uses that for overflow parking.
Yeah.
Their other place, and I think the park does need a facelift.
Mhm.
And if you came to me and said, "Hey, we want to put in 10 cabins and maybe 10 glamping tents," you can
Right.
Yeah.
space those
Integrate
out
that into the
into
campgrounds.
the
that are there.
campgrounds.
Or swap some of them out. Just
Yeah.
take some of the campsites and upgrade
Yeah,
those
and
individual
upgrade 'em.
campsites.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly. But I find it ironic that they want to protect the state park so much. They have a rule that you can't have an RV in a state park that's over 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's going to leak oil?
No, well, I don't know, but they go and do crap like this. I mean, I don't know
You
why
can't
that.
have an RV, but
However-
here is our mega resort.
No, you can have an RV, but it has to be a new one.
Yeah.
Like the RV we
Okay,
have
so
is
it's not the age of the park; it's the age of the RV.
the age of the
Okay.
RV.
All right.
The age of the RV. If the RV is over 10 years old, you can't connect to their system.
Interesting.
So
So is
That
so
seems
you
less
have to show
sustainable.
registration of your vehicle or the VIN when you pull into the.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's pretty wild rule.
That
Yeah.
seems to
But-
be encouraging consumerism, right? Like
Yeah.
if it's an RV
Buy a
that's
new one.
fully
the economy
functional,
going,
now
right.
you have to get rid of it so that you can continue to camp in parks.
Yeah. So no, I mean there's some really wild stuff with it, and I'm gonna say I'm actually gonna be a little shocked if they go through with the meeting, and where they're holding the meeting, it doesn't really hold that many people. I don't think.
First Coast Technical College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Blake, have you been in where they're holding the meeting? I've only been
First
like a
Coast
little
Technical
restaurant
College. That's
near the high
It's
school,
the
right?
yes,
Character counts.
behind St. Augustine High School, I believe so. So
Is
I,
that where the character counts? That's what they were calling it, like the character counts room or something.
Apparently not in this case.
Evidently not.
I never heard it called that, but I do remember taking tests in the room that they're gonna have the presentation. And I think it went when I took the test in like the little auditorium. It'll only hold like 50, but everyone was like spaced out though, so it's maybe only like 75
Yeah.
to 100.
So
Well, there's
pretty
going to be
wild.
a lot of torches and pitchforks, I have a feeling, if they go through with this meeting.
Well, and the oddest thing about where this park is set, the entrance, which is right there at the curve, the entrance is right there at the curves,
Mhm.
inside city limits.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You go past
Mhm.
the amphitheater, which this does go past the amphitheater. Now you're in county limits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You go all the way to where the YMCA is, which that's a part of
The back of the
where
park.
it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're in city of St. Augustine Beach. You have 3 different jurisdictions that this park spans across. There is no developer in the world that would put their hands on this if it wasn't pushed through by the state.
There wasn't some kind of
Mhm.
inside
No.
guy.
Now,
No, that's just a bureaucratic nightmare for a developer.
and correct me if I'm wrong. However, so technically, so if the lodge and like everything gets passed, even though more likely it probably won't. Who would be most likely to generate the revenue? Like, would it just be like the state park, or would it just be?
The state would probably, and this is just me taking an assumption at this,
Mhm.
because I don't think the state would manage it themselves. A property that big, I just don't think. I think it would be.
RFP.
I think it would be a land lease, to whoever the developer is. I mean, if they're telling us, "Oh, we're using state money to build it," then my head's gonna freaking explode.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna absolutely explode.
Dude.
But I'm assuming what they're thinking is it'll be a land lease to a developer, a long-term lease, so the developer will be able to recoup, because a 350 room hotel could run close to 80 to 120,000 or $20 million. That's how big of a hotel we're talking about.
Yeah.
And my other question is that hotelier going to have to pay the same taxes because it's on tax-free land right now.
Dang.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's
There you
so
go.
many questions that come along with that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how is this going to play
Yeah.
into, it just, I like I said, I think someone's going to be unemployed.
Any
Mhm.
chance we're ever going to find out who helped this go through?
I think at some point we might,
Right.
but I think it has to be through like some like whistleblower though.
Well, I can tell you this: somebody's going to lose their job. The person that probably should lose their job is going to
gonna
keep
keep
their
it.
job, and then they're going to hide whatever true facts or spin it
Yeah.
for the person that lost their job.
I hear
Yeah.
shredders in the background.
That it just doesn't.
What's that van you can hire that'll come and shred your documents?
Yeah.
It's already driving to
Right into your
Tallahassee.
driveway. Absolutely. There
Yeah,
you go.
they're right there at the Capitol right now.
Just waiting at the big phallic building in Tallahassee.
So no, it'll be interesting the way it plays out, and because we're not the only ones angry about it.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that's like, oh wow, that's a great idea.
Right.
No.
Not one
Right.
person have I talked to, and I'm in the tourism industry. I sit
Yeah.
on the TDC, and I want more visitors, but no, you leave the parks alone.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
well,
why I
the
was
visitors
wondering.
are coming in part because of the parks.
Right.
Well, here's the
Right.
thing: they're crying.
Campground sells out.
Yeah.
They're crying about revenue. The waiting list for their campsites is almost 8 months out.
Who's crying about revenue?
The state.
The state that has a
For the state
budget
part.
surplus of billions of dollars?
But that's different buckets. You got Gatsby rules that don't allow you to take taxes for gas tax and put it towards parks. It's a different bucket. So it has to come out of the ad
there's
valorem.
so is there a surplus in the general fund?
I don't know
According to
exactly.
the governor, we are floating in money.
Yeah, no, and there, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a great reserve, but the state park, they expect those to be special revenue funds where they can help support themselves. They're not covering it because, I'm probably the second most conservative person in this room. You went, you went on that one.
Hi there, everybody.
You went on that one. But I think that they should pay a portion of their way. But parks to me should be available for everyone.
Sure.
And without all these exorbitant fees. But I don't understand how they're struggling with this when we're paying for the beach renourishment from the county side and the federal side. We're all sharing in that.
Right.
So I don't get
Well,
why they have chosen this one, because it is the most attractive for tourism for a resort to go to. So
Keely says that her maps show this space all being in the city of St. Augustine, but you
No.
worked at the amphitheater, so I'm assuming that
no.
you know where
Ke-
all of those
Ke-
lines are.
Keely, if you look at that, the YMCA, the YMCA is clearly in the city of St. Augustine Beach, and that's where
The
the
back of the
state
park,
park.
yeah.
That's where the state park actually ends,
Okay.
and then there's the county starts right where the Elks Lodge. It literally, if you walk
Mhm.
from the Elks Lodge to the amphitheater,
Okay.
you have now went into the city.
Okay.
So there's multiple jurisdictions that are
Mhm.
involved in this,
That's wild.
including the state, which will make it the fourth one.
Right.
So this just shouldn't have. This so reminds me of like the plot of a Carl Hyacin book. I don't know if you've ever read him, but
Oh,
Carl
yeah.
Hyacin.
Bad Monkey on TV
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, he's a great author, but he's a Florida-based author,
Mhm.
and he very much writes stories about protection of the state of Florida.
Mhm.
That's usually a subplot in his novels, and so I'm just waiting for Skink to crawl out of his cell somewhere and take down those signs.
Well, there's on Apple TV, I believe. He's
Yeah.
Bad Monkey is one of his stories, and
Yeah.
it's Vince Vaughn is the protagonist in it. And it's
Nice.
you know what? He's really good. So it's every Wednesday. The first, it's like any good drug dealer.
Yeah.
We'll give you the first two free. Now you got to wait until the next Wednesday, and then the next Wednesday, and the next Wednesday to get the rest of them. So, but it's actually very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could see Vince Vaughn being a good Carl Hyacin character.
Yep. Yeah. He's he's low key. He's a good character in this. He really is.
When I was a newlywed before I became a mom, I went like down a deep dive of Carl Hyacin books and just
Mhm.
read, I don't even know, probably 24 of them. I don't know. As many as I could get my hands on.
Yep.
Yeah.
He writes well, and they're interesting.
Yeah, they're fun.
No, and
And an introduction to Florida.
Yeah.
when if they continue to push this, I mean, they did stop driving on the I don't know when you guys got here,
Mhm.
but they used to be able to drive on Anastasia also.
Yeah.
And there was a bad accident. 2 young girls got run over, and it was really a horrific accident. But you know where FA's is the cafe,
Mhm.
where that parking lot is,
Right.
that was called FA's, which means
First access.
it's the
Yeah.
first access,
Mhm.
and you could actually drive there. And even where the curve is, there was an entrance there at
Mhm.
one point also, and then the dunes, like, you know, after all our renourishment
Right.
stuff like that, you used to be able, as you were driving, you could see the ocean as you made the curve.
Mhm.
Now the dune lines
Right.
are so healthy now. And I don't know what they're going to do with the Anastasia.
And the beach is big. They didn't renourish anything up at the going north to the park, so it stopped just past the Embassy Suites. But if you look at St. Augustine Beach now, whew, you got to take a cab to get to the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you're not doing that barefoot without burning your feet.
But there's sacrificial. That's sacrificial sand.
Right, it'll go
You know,
away.
in the next 3 years,
absolutely,
it'll
go away.
move its way down,
Yep.
and the dune lines will improve down the way.
Sacrificial sand.
Right.
That's what it is.
But I'll tell you, when we were looking
Those
for
poor little
property,
corals.
Yeah.
you know, having grown up on the beach in Long Beach, where you can't drive nor park on the beach, we were looking for a pedestrian-only beach. So we wanted to be north of A Street, and we did. We ended up on 7th Street, and that's great. But then after I saw what was going on, basically here, driving on the beach is a mechanism for parking in particular.
Yeah.
And my fear was that it was just going to be these goombats from Brooklyn coming out with their speakers on the back of their car, with their coolers, and just, making it noisy and loud for everybody. And it's no. People park on the sand, and then they take their pop-up tents, and they go to the middle of the beach, and it's very respectful. I'm very impressed by it. I still want to be on a pedestrian beach, which we are, but still.
Well, and I want to talk about in the comments, because Amanda said the book Striptease was great. I was so disappointed.
Well,
With the book?
No pictures.
I know, no pictures. It was
So-
not a pop-up.
Did-
So
false
sorry.
advertisement. False advertisement.
well, go watch the movie.
I did watch a movie.
Okay,
Yes.
more than once.
Yeah.
It wasn't a 3D movie, but it certainly seemed
well,
like it.
It was a perky film.
Was
It
it?
was.
Was that did Colin Hollister write that?
Was it?
Carl Hyacin wrote the book Striptease.
Right, okay.
So, I didn't know
Big
that
Sugar
the
Bad.
movie
Right.
Striptease was
Right.
based on a book.
Right.
Like, who knew?
Right.
And so I had seen the movie, and it was unwatchable.
Burt
And
Reynolds.
So when I
Yeah,
was
right.
going through my Carl Hyacin phase, I'm reading this book, and I'm like, man, the plot seems somewhat
Familiar?
seems a little familiar. And then by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, is that what that movie was based on? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Big Sugar Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
Demi,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
okay.
she
at
did
that
the
point,
work.
at that point in my life, I watched everything Demi did.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Everything.
G.I. Jane, a big fan.
Oh yeah. She was
I saw
hot.
it.
She was hot
buff.
bald.
She was
Yeah.
buff.
She was hot bald.
Yeah.
I mean, she made bald beautiful for women of all skin tones.
Yes.
Like, I mean,
I think
women
bald's beautiful on anyone.
I was talking women,
However,
but that
right.
wasn't the domain of
On
the white girl for
Right.
sure. But
Yeah.
she looked good bald.
Yeah.
Anyone.
I mean, you rock it as you put the hat on.
She cover back up.
The glare was too much. It was-
Throwing off my white balance. Is that what happened to that camera?
That's exactly.
Blake is so excited about the Carl Hyacin turn in this conversation.
Yeah. Did you even see the movie?
No.
Okay. All right.
Really?
It's really not worth the time.
Okay.
It's a
It's
lot
too-
cheaper
yeah.
than OnlyFans. I don't
too,
know.
All right, hurry.
It's 2 hours.
No, hold on.
It's 2 hours. You're not going to get back.
Hold on,
Just stick to
hold
the
on.
8 minutes
Hold
on your phone. It's
Hold
all
on.
fine.
Hold on. What's better? Striptease or showgirls?
Man,
None
I,
of them.
I
I,
gotta go striptease.
I'm going with striptease because I
Yeah.
like Demi better.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Elizabeth Berkley was just strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Showgirls is full camp weirdness.
Yeah.
And striptease, I mean, at least there's something to the, and like Demi Moore, I think carries the part off better than Elizabeth Berkley. Elizabeth Berkley was so desperate to
Yeah.
not be Jessie Spano anymore.
Yeah.
And desperation's a stinky perfume.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Telling me.
Put the hat back on. Stop it. So I do have, it's the DNC, and we had some fiery conversations before I went live. So I wanted to get some Democrat-inspired trivia for my panel of non-Republican conservatives.
Oh, well, at least you have one, kind of.
I'm a Republican.
Okay.
But he's just not voting for Trump though. Is that a problem?
No, because he's a horrible human.
I mean, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. If you want to not be able to afford groceries, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm rooting for Trump, but it's not going to be on my vote.
You're just gonna shove all of the rest of us.
He turns. Yeah, I'm going to blame everyone else.
Troy's gonna drive buses.
330
conservatives to the polls so that he can get the president that he wants to live under without having to cast the vote.
No, I can tell you right
what
now.
You wish for.
I said it on January 6th because I knew he would be coming back.
Yeah.
That and it comes down to friendships. No one in this room or in my life would I do to any of my friends that he did to Mike Pence, a guy who stood behind him more than, and that was it for me. And I think he did a good job. I'm not going to say he didn't do a good job, but I couldn't. I held my breath the other 2 times I voted for him, and I just can't do it a third time. I just can't. And I'm sorry, my Republican and my Democrats, because I can't go the other way either, because I can't California my country either. So you're
not a big fan of giving first-time home buyers a $25,000 credit?
It's the first time.
Or price controls?
It's the first time I'm sitting out a presidential election since 1880.
Since 1880, man.
19,
you got a
19,
long
19,
track record.
1988.
And you call me a boomer. Right.
I'm the greatest generation. I even went further back than that.
All right, so I have a fun Kamala Harris game.
Yay.
Right.
Who said it?
Wait, let me go get the whiskey.
Yeah,
Right.
Shots.
Who said it? Kamala Harris or an iconic television character?
Oh no.
Okay.
All right.
Probably both.
So you're probably, it's probably not going to be too hard because some lines might be familiar to you if you watch the same shows that I did. If not, then
I don't watch The View.
I think I watched 2 episodes of The View.
That's 2 more
and
than
it's
I have.
because I was sick on the couch and I didn't have the remote.
That's 2 more than me. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Well, when it first started, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool," and then it continued, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
By the 3rd episode.
No, not cool at all. I would rather turn the television off. All right, we will start off with Troy.
Okay.
We must work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be. An iconic TV character or Vice President Harris?
I'm going VP.
The TV show Veep? Or
That's just Veep.
Here, give me another pen because this one is
there you go.
illegible. Thank you, sir. Okay, Troy. That was Harris.
Okay.
All right, so we got one for you. We got Lenny. We got Blake. All right, put in the comments if you have a guess. Lenny?
Hello.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
That's not hard.
Harris?
That's
Or
an
iconic TV character.
iconic TV character.
That is Michael Scott, sir. Michael Scott. And I'll remember to change your camera. Bye, guys.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. All right. How about we go to Blake with what else do we know about this population? 18 through 24. They're stupid.
That has to be iconic character.
That is Vice President Harris.
What?
Terribly sorry.
Yeah, you just got called stupid.
By Vice President Harris.
No.
She wants your vote. All right.
Well, wait a second. Was there ... Was there a second line to that statement, or is it the statement
The
in there?
next part. The next part of that sentence
Go ahead. I'm
is
curious.
they're morons.
Because
She didn't.
Because they're 18 to
there's gotta be a
24.
qualifier.
You go ahead and Google that on
Okay.
YouTube. You
Yeah.
can find
Because
the full
they're 18
context.
to 24 is what she was
But
saying.
I believe she says they're morons and then does her really hideous cackle.
All right.
And I usually black out at that point. So I don't know what came out.
So there's got to be, because anybody who's a surviving politician isn't saying that without qualifying it in some fashion.
Well, I'm
She
sure
hasn't
it
been
wasn't in a
elected
speech.
to anything for more than 5 years.
Okay.
She's been riding the coattails of people, so she hasn't had to face any kind of consequences.
But she still
But
had,
she
she
did,
still had to
for numbers of
campaign.
years before that.
But she had to campaign. But like Joe Biden said, anyway.
Wasn't she a 2-term state attorney?
She was right. She was Attorney General.
Attorney General.
Right.
Okay,
She
so
was
she
District Attorney, Attorney
she was-
General,
she was-
and a
she was-
senator.
I thought she was that for 2 terms.
Right.
So I think that's the longest job she kept.
Yeah. I don't
Well, how
know.
long was she in the Senate? She took over for Feinstein.
No. She
Boxer?
think it was 2016 when she was elected. Then 2020.
So that was Boxer's seat
If she
because
took
Feinstein
over-
just left 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. If she took over for Boxer's seat, then
It was a while ago.
a box could have gotten elected as long as it was a Democrat.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not like she
no,
got
you're-
it
Yeah, but she
because
had to
she's
meet,
amazing.
but she had to
thinking
meet the other
Feinstein.
Democrats.
No,
so-
you're thinking Feinstein, not Barbara Boxer.
Yeah.
And they're both leftist Democrats
Yeah.
from California.
Right, but Dianne Feinstein was, semi-conscious at the end of her term.
Was she?
Semi.
The one that
I don't
just
even know what
passed
you guys-
away?
You guys are Dennis Miller in our audience, by the way.
The one that just passed away was like, she had no idea where she was the last time
yeah,
she brought
she
it
was
to
still
the house.
sitting there, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know,
She didn't even have power
Right.
of attorney at that point.
at point, Mitch McConnell should have sat on her wheelchair, and the two of them should have ridden off into the sunset.
Oh, for sure. All right, back to Troy.
Yes.
All right, nice try. The Netherlands. Is this make-believe place? Harris or iconic TV character?
I'm going to go with the iconic TV character, but I can see this being the representative from New York saying this.
Yeah, this is Joey Tribbiani. So a
Yeah.
New York character.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
All
Yeah.
right, we'll go back to
Have you heard me speak French?
Ah, blue, 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 blue. All right. The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is a great significance to the passage of time.
Oh, we'll give that to Kamala.
Yeah.
That was definitely common.
Hold on. I need more time to think about that.
All right.
But is it a significant amount?
No, I need
Okay.
the significance
minimal.
of it
Right.
Oh, okay.
to pass the time.
Melissa's out. Sorry, Melissa. All right. Let's see. I will give you. It's an easy one. I love Hanukkah because it really is about the light and bringing light where there has been darkness.
Vice President.
That is the vice president. You're on the board, Blake.
See, I thought that was Phoebe.
All right, let's go with Troy. What do I want to give you? Give you another geography one. So Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong, and it goes against everything we stand for.
That's her.
Yes.
I think I actually heard that one, and I was just like,
She was talking to adults when she said that, by the way.
not the idiots in the room.
No.
yeah.
Why you pointing at me, Lenny?
Not
Because
well,
you're
she called
18 to
it.
24.
She called it
You're
18,
demographic,
24-year-olds
unfortunately.
that. So
I'm sorry, that's what she said.
that's what she said. Back to Michael Scott.
Back to Michael Scott.
Good
All
callback.
right,
Good callback.
Lenny,
Hi.
I saved a life. My own. Am I a hero? I really can't say.
That's a TV character.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's Michael Scott.
Michael Scott again.
And I don't even watch The Office.
All right, let's see.
The fact that you know who Michael Scott is impressive.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked.
That's Blake Blevins.
I'm already not like that as is. Geez, but a
Well,
lot
you're
of
my
people-
son. You're not going to be liked.
Yeah, go. I'm gonna say Vice President.
Michael Scott.
And that's very Michael Scott.
Very Michael Scott. All right. I'll pick one that's not Michael Scott next time.
No,
all
stay
right.
with it. I'm good with that.
Right. Exactly.
You stay with friends in office. I'm good.
This one's pithy. Do not come. Do not come.
That's her.
Yep.
It is her.
I hated when she said that to me.
Given the start of her career, you would really expect that sentence to go differently.
She,
All right.
She was saying it to Montel.
I thought it was Willie Brown.
There you go.
All right. If you are
Mayor of San
not going to
Francisco,
be, if you're not going to be part of a civil society, then just get in your car and drive on over to the east side. Kamala Harris or iconic TV character?
I'll give it to her because I don't know what iconic TV character would say go to the east side.
Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld. That's who.
Oh,
There you go. Man, you see, and man, and my take on Seinfeld is I would have locked the door to my apartment.
yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
She would have been a lot shorter and wouldn't have lasted as many years.
He did once. There was one moment when the door was locked and you hear the slide.
Kick him.
Boom. He did once. All right. Here we go, Blake. I've got a good one for you.
Michael Scott.
Right.
Yeah, because you're perfect. You're a calculating, cold-hearted businesswoman.
VP.
Cosmo Kramer.
There you go.
What?
Right.
What I love is how hard this is. That's what's so great about it. All right. Let's see. I've got some more. We know community banks are in the community.
Oh, that's her.
Yes, it is. You're so mad. You're so mad.
Yeah.
Blake, you're a solid third.
All right. All right, Lenny. It's time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
I'll give that to the VP.
It is Kamala Harris.
But next week, do we get to do one where we can say what Donald Trump said
Yeah.
and versus TV people?
I would happily compile that because
But he is an iconic TV
Right,
person.
right,
He
'cause
is.
He is just off the wall half the time.
Yeah.
When he goes off script, people cringe.
Oh yeah, and they also
Primarily
laugh.
his scripts, right? Well, yeah.
He doesn't know what's going to come out of his
No,
mouth.
No,
he doesn't.
no.
Free association is his speaking style.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Blake.
No, why? Why? Is this karma baby because of how bad I hosted trivia last Tuesday?
No, you're
were
amazing
fine.
at trivia.
Okay, yes and no. I gave out a bad Costco question, and no, the halftime question was bad. Okay.
You're forgiven.
The
I believe in
halftime question was
redemption.
fine.
Oh, you got all four?
No, I got 3 of the 4.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on. Did you know what the question was?
What was the question?
Name 4 out of the 5 current St. Johns County commissioners.
Oh, I would have
I
nailed
thought,
it.
I thought Murphy was already in. Who knew?
Yeah. Yeah. I would have been able to nail that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
All right, Blake.
I was impressed with 3 out of the 4.
Webster's dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of 2 metals with a hot torch.
I got like TV character.
Yes. Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
All right.
It's kind of scary how close her quotes are to Michael Scott.
No, it's really
I don't know if this was your intent, but I'm starting to like her more.
I looked up
I think we're going to
Veep
write Michael
quotes.
Scott in. Who are you kidding?
I looked up Veep
I
quotes.
need to vote for somebody.
And all of the Veep quotes that I could find had expletives in it. And I was like, well, that's going to be a dead giveaway. So, all right, let's go on
Kelly
to
Clarkson.
Kelly
There you
Clarkson.
go. Right.
Kelly Clarkson.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to write it all in bold.
Right. With an ouch next to it.
You're so far past the line that you can't even see the line. The line is a dot to you.
TV character.
It is Joey Tribbiani.
Yep. You stay with friends and
Oh.
Man, I should have got some. Well, I got Kramer. I haven't given you any Kramer.
oh, I'm a Seinfeld guy too. So
I know. All right. And when folks vote, they order what they want. And in this case, they got what they asked for. I went off script a little bit.
Well, that's a TV character.
Kamala Harris.
Okay. What did she order?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I went off script,
I don't think anyone did.
ordered off the menu.
Right.
All right.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order off the menu. I don't think I'm getting what I want.
All right. Blake, I love that you're trying to look on my screen to see
I'm
if
not
it's
trying to
me.
look on the screen, Amanda.
He's
I'm trying to
sighing.
see how bad I am doing compared to my dad and Lenny. Yes,
you're
Amanda,
down
I
by
know
4.
I'm doing bad. I know. Are you finally happy that I'm losing, Amanda?
You're acting
Are
like
you happy?
you're acting like an 18 to 24-year-old right now.
Being a little petulant there,
Don't
child.
worry, don't worry, Dad. I have fallen out of a coconut tree.
Is that the problem? I do believe that we should be rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues are just settled.
Kamala Harris.
Yes, you got it. See, I gave you one.
Thank
All right,
you.
Look at the time. It's over.
All right, here we go. Let's see. see. We campaign with the plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P, the plan. And then the environment is such that we're expected to defend the plan.
I can't think of a TV character that would say
No, that was
all
Project
of that.
2025.
Was that?
Project 2025. Isn't that where that plan came from?
Yeah, it's Kamala.
That's Kamala.
Yeah.
The plan.
Yeah.
Capital T, capital P. The plan. All right.
Well,
Lenny.
it's good to know there is one.
Is there, though? Because how many days of the,
Yeah.
the
Seven-
convention are we?
I'd rather not have a plan than have a bad plan.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not, doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
I'll give that to Kamala.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Everything we know and we don't know. Because what we have seen and
Haven't
not
seen.
seen and know yet. I don't know.
It's a vision board theory.
Ready?
Manifest it.
Are you excited, Blake?
You didn't get shut out.
Hey, all right. Look.
How about this? How about this? My mind is going a mile an hour.
It's going a mile an hour. Iconic TV character.
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
There you go.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a blast.
This,
All right.
This took so long to compile.
This is
As long as you're getting your money,
Michael
your
Scott.
entertainment value out of it. That's good.
All right.
All right.
When I was 5, I imagined that there was such a thing as a unicorn. And this is before I had ever even heard of one or seen one. I just drew a picture of a horse that could fly over rainbows and had a huge spike on its head. Was this a young girl in Canada? Or is this an iconic movie character?
A young
Kamala
girl.
Harris spent part of her childhood in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
How do I know more about this woman than you do?
Because I chose not to know anything, and I'm still winning. Actually, I'm gonna give it to the Canadian girl.
The Canadian child?
Yes.
No, it's Michael Scott.
Yeah, right.
I don't remember that one.
So it goes on longer. I cut it down.
Okay, I do not remember that one.
All right, Lenny, guess what? I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Kamala Harris or iconic TV character?
Iconic TV character.
Michael Scott.
Did I
She
ti-
really does sound a lot like Michael Scott.
Did I tie him up?
No, you're one
Nope,
behind
you're one
still.
behind.
Damn it.
I had my first miss with the
Faster.
the unicorn's got me.
I need another round to come around. I got to tie him up.
She oversold the Canada thing and kind of took me into that. So,
Dude, is the next one gonna be a Michael Scott one again? I don't know. I like you like this round. This round's all just been Michael Scott.
Blake's going home to binge The Office.
But you're gonna give me a hard one, man, to make me think that is a Kamala Harris pick. But in reality, it's gonna be a Michael Scott pick. So please, Amanda, please give me the clone.
keep stalling, Blake, because I'm in the lead. And how much time we got?
We must together work together to see where we are headed, where we are going, and our vision for where we should be.
Kamala Harris.
Yes, sir.
Blake.
See, you got this.
Oh,
I can't give you Michael Scott.
Or can you?
Or can I?
you already.
I was living in twilight, George. Living in shadows, living in the darkness like you.
Living in Twilight, George?
Stephanopoulos?
She's so overselling to make sure this is going to be a tie game. Can you read it one more time?
Yeah.
Can you
I
use
was-
it in a sentence?
So I think this is the last round because I know we're close
I
on
was
time.
living in twilight, George. Living in the shadows, living in the darkness like you.
I'm going to go with Kamala.
Cosmo Kramer.
Right.
George.
George was the giveaway.
Good sell. That was such a good sell.
But the George gave it away.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where I was.
I thought it would have been Jerry, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. All right.
You can tie it up.
I know.
You could.
I'm nervous.
Tie it up.
See.
You're nervous. I'm nervous. I missed the last two to
Let's see.
lose my lead.
I'm not sure if I did this one. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
Oh, that's Michael Scott.
Kamala Harris.
Yes! Damn it. Victory!
Blake, do you want to try one more time?
Might as well.
All
May
right.
have be.
You can tie Lenny.
You can.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, I can.
Really?
He's had a
You
good
can tie
run.
Lenny.
Oof.
All right, let's see.
Come on.
Share the
Come on.
silver
Where is it?
medal.
Where
Come
is it?
on,
Where
come
is
on,
it?
give me the quote, give me the quote, give me come, Miss Boulier. I would like the quote, please. I would
Yeah,
like
use
to
it in a
I would like to
sentence.
tie Leonard. I need to tie Leonard. I need to tie Leonard.
Okay.
How old is he?
He's in that demographic.
I'm a little scared right now.
I am 2 years away from breaking the you morons according to Kamala Harris, okay?
You're almost out of it. You've almost grown out
Okay.
of it.
I'm almost out of my brat moron era.
Unburdened by what has been.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm burned by what has been.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic TV character.
Kamala Harris. That's so I gave you
get the
that one
silver.
because she says that in almost every speech.
Mm-hmm.
Unburdened by what has been and something else. I don't remember how that has been. Trivia. Who said it?
Oh, wow.
Kamala Harris or iconic TV character?
Iconic podcaster.
Thank you guys for coming in. That was a lot of fun for me. I hope it's fun for you too.
Well, you put a lot of work into that. So
Absolutely.
Mike doesn't work that hard.
I spent so much time here last night getting all those.
And Blake is going to go home and watch every episode of The Office now.
Yeah. For the next go round.
I'm sorry, Blake.
It's all right, Amanda. I deserve this fate.
I love you, Blake. I love all you guys too. Tune back in on Monday. We'll be back. We've got Bollocks tonight. What's going on?
We're talking about the history of travel.
Awesome.
So all the different ways you could travel, different like how the term tourist came to be.
Very cool.
A lot of those things.
Didn't you do that as a word origin a couple weeks ago?
I did, but
All
we're
right.
gonna reiterate it. But
Okay.
that's not my word origin.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I have another one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't poop in his cereal.
No.
Oh, no. I just try to theme it to my word origins. I theme to our subject.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. That sounds exciting. I look forward to tuning in. All y'all should tune in to Bollocks tonight. And we also have morning show and the afternoon show tomorrow, but we're gone until Monday. So see you guys. Bye.
happy weekend.